Hi COSA 30. Today I want to talk to you about a new type of activity that you're going to be encountering for the rest of these chapters, or most of these chapters in the Key Applications unit. And that's called the simulation training. So I'm going to click on the Windows 10 simulation training here, and it's going to bring up a little window, a pop-up window, so make sure that you've got your pop-ups enabled or that you click on the link if you don't. And it's going to bring up the simulated environment for this particular chapter. Now, the simulation training is exactly what it sounds like. It's an environment that simulates your desktop. And what's neat about this is that it allows you to concentrate on a skill at a time, which means that you're being given a series of questions. For this particular chapter, it's 26 of them. And instead of doing all 26 successively, it lets you concentrate on one thing and then it goes on to the next skill. Alright, so on the right hand side here, I've got my question. On the left hand side is my simulated environment. Notice that this is not your computer, it's just a simulated environment. Sign into Windows using the Microsoft account from myITLab user, and then it tells you enter myITLab1234 as the password. Notice that the password has neither caps nor spaces. So when I type it in here on the left hand side, which is my simulated environment, myITLab1234. If I don't type it in correctly, it's going to give me an error message. So make sure that you are typing in correctly. I'm going to go ahead and go forward, and you'll notice that it says question complete. Alright, so I'm done with question 1, and you'll notice that at the bottom here it moved on to question 2. Now, question 2, I've got a bolded portion here and a grayed out portion. Again, it's allowing me to do this step by step, one skill at a time. It tells me to display the home page of the settings window. Okay, I know how to get to the settings window. I'm going to go over to my notifications area in Windows 10, and then there's an all settings, there it is, that I'm going to click on. And you'll notice that because I finished that skill, it becomes grayed out. Done with that. Still on question 2. Next part of question 2 tells me to change the desktop background to the picture butterfly JPEG located in the pictures folder. And then it says close all open windows except for the settings window. Okay. But then I realize, you know what? I've done all of the reading. I worked through the chapter and I did the skills, but I just don't remember how to get to my desktop background. So you've got a few options here. So at the very bottom of your screen here, you've got keyboard and accessibility buttons, the first and third buttons, and those are both accessibility features that allow you to tailor myITLab to make it easier for you to understand and to work through. And then you've got the learning aids button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now, the first learning aid is called Read, and that just takes you to the place in the chapter where this skill is covered. Then there's Watch. So if I click on Watch, you'll see that a video loads up that executes or shows you how to complete each one of the skills you're going to work through in this particular training. So I don't want to watch that right now because I want to show you instead what I think is the most beneficial of the learning aids. It's called Practice. Now, Practice is going to allow you to view how this specific skill is supposed to progress, and it's going to talk to you and give you some very led instruction.
Settings window, click personalization.
And that's what I mean by talk to you here. So you get a little comment box that points to the area that you're supposed to be working in, right? And you heard the audio there. And then you also have these little marching red ants that tell you, hey, this is where you're supposed to be working. All right, so I click on the personalization window.
Below, choose your picture.
Now, if you don't want to hear that, you can always pause it or click on the stop button. All right, I'm going to click on Browse, and then I'm going to find my butterfly picture. There we go. Thanks so much, guy. Butterfly. All right. So the practice is complete, right? So that was just practice. Now I actually have to execute the skill. You'll notice that it's still on that portion on the right-hand side. Okay, so change the desktop background to the picture butterfly JPEG. All right, now I know it's in personalization. And now I understand, oh yeah, that's right, I have to go to Browse, and it's telling me to go to the butterfly JPEG in the pictures folder. I want you to note that this is not your picture folder, right? This is a simulated desktop, so it does not look like what you have on your computer. All right, there's my butterfly JPEG. Okay, guys and gals, you'll notice that on the right-hand side, I have completed that specific skill, so it's grayed out and moves on to the next portion here. Okay, you have 26 of these questions, right? You've got the learning aids available for each one of these questions. When you have a question, make sure that you use a learning aid. But I do want to tell you guys and gals that it probably should be your last resort, not your first resort. So the plan is that you read through the chapter, you go through the skills, right? Your hands-on portions there so you learn how to do this stuff. So in case you saw it on a test, you'd be able to execute that skill. All right. Hope you have some fun doing these simulation trainings. A couple things to remember though. Make sure that you're typing it exactly the way that you see it in the instructions. Otherwise, it's going to keep telling you that you're making an error. Even though you might be going through the right steps, if it's not the right text, it is going to actually be an error. Once you finish all 26 of these skills, you'll submit it and finish for grading, and it'll give you your percentage there. Now, there are 26 questions, so if you cannot finish all 26 in one sitting, not a problem. You click on the Save button, and it bookmarks where you left off, and you just continue on the next question the next time that you're ready to finish this. Okay, Coast 30, hope you have some fun completing these trainings. I hope they're also very helpful to you.